Welcome to Flashpoint Friday, a weekly series where I select one game at random from Flashpoint's archives and give it a try. And maybe, just maybe, the game might actually be good. Hello everyone, welcome back to Flashpoint Friday. And this week we have a game called Tom's Adventure that was hosted on flashgameplayer.com. And it's a website that's still up, although I couldn't find Tom's Adventure when I tried searching for it. The only game it had on there that was a close match was Tom's Adventure 3. There were 3 of these games that were created apparently, but they only have the 3rd entry on there. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but looks like we have some options to start or help. It looks like you could access these via the 0 and 9 keys, but the mouse works too. Let's look at the help. Oh, unfortunately, I don't know. I believe that's Japanese. So this is not going to help me. Hopefully it's relatively straightforward. Let's see what we're in for. Okay, we're in, and I died because I did it because I don't know the controls. Okay, so it's the numpad, and it's kind of like the old school numpad movement where pressing in the direction as your character move continuously. You don't have to press and hold to move, which I guess is the plus side. The downside, though, is that you can't stop. At least not that I'm aware of. Yeah, pressing 5 jumps. This is all controlled via the numpad. So I'm pressing 4 and 6 to move left and right respectively, and 5 to jump. But yeah, you can't stop moving once you do move. Once you do start moving. Okay, and looks like pressing 2 climbs up ladders, which is a bit counterintuitive. You think it would be 8, if anything, since that's at the top of the numpad, but anyway, there's no sound or music by the looks of things. So it's kind of similar to like Donkey Kong with its presentation, the original Donkey Kong, where the bad guy has captured a damsel of some description at the top. Looks like we might have to collect a key here. But rather than dodging barrels, you have to dodge these. I guess they're guard dogs that the bad guy is set up. Yeah, 8 climbs down. That is weird. That's going to throw me for a loop throughout this playthrough, I think. Because you would think 8 would climb up, but no, it climbs down. So, can I make it? There we go. Oh, and he throws mallets at you when you get to the top. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's go ahead and retry that, shall we? Now that I know how to play this game. So yeah, I probably shouldn't climb up that ladder. The dog's going to get me. I don't think there's any way to attack or anything like that. You just got to avoid. Oop, nope. You got to get the key, Nostril. But it looks like the key won't appear until you've gathered all these rings. So let's do that. Avoid the dogs. Now we just got to wait. There's the key. These backwards up and down controls. I timed that wrong. It's a bit more challenging than it may seem at first glance, although I'll admit I'm not doing it very well. Here we go. Okay, that's all the way at the bottom of the screen. Darn it, those topsy-turvy up-down controls. There we go. Okay. So now I know to avoid the hammers or mallets that are thrown at us. Now we gotta avoid the dog. There we go. Jump over the hammers. There we go. Thank you. Nice. Stage 2. Alright, so just like Donkey Kong, there are multiple stages that I assume get more difficult. This looks pretty similar to the first stage, though. There we go. Gotta grab the key now. Key obtained. I haven't decided whether or not I will cut this out in editing or not, but on the right-hand side of the screen, there's a whole bunch of sprites that are, I think, off of the playing screen. If you were playing this on the website, you normally wouldn't see that, but it shows up in the Flashpoint launcher. So, okay. Maybe I'll beat this third level here. Then I'll call it, because this seems like I've seen most of what this game has to offer by now. Up over the dog again. Okay. And now, matter of going there. There we go. Thank you. Stage 4. Okay, yeah, I think I'll go ahead and call it here, though. So that's Tom's Adventure. I can definitely see what the creator's going for with this. It's definitely inspired by early single-screen 2D platformer games like Donkey Kong and Jumpman. However, I feel a variety of factors like inverted controls for climbing and descending ladders, lack of sound or music, and a general lack of variety in gameplay and level design means that I feel like this title leaves a fair amount to be desired, and I can't really recommend it because of that. But who knows, there are at least 2 more entries in the Tom's Adventure series, so if they should crop up on the series later on, I'll take a look and see if the author has taken the opportunity to improve upon their craft. But until then, we're left with this, so what can you do? Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Flashpoint Friday, and take care, everyone.